Here's another chart that I saw when it comes to ICP very recently, and even though nothing I say is financial advice, ICP yet again is ranked number 2 allegedly in the world in terms of fastest blockchains from the week of December 19th to December 26th, and this is according to ChainSpec. Does it really mean much? Well, in terms of the price, not really. It's still around $3, right? I mean, we're not talking about this affecting anything, but I think it showcases kind of the capabilities. It's not necessarily going to see the best adoption out there, but maybe I think in terms of AI, this could hypothetically work in its favor because what is often needed when it comes to projects having sort of AI projects, right? You know what I mean? It needs to be kind of fast, right? Because sometimes AI, from what I can see, requires a lot of computational demands, right? Things need to be kind of fast sometimes. So if let's say it's not fast, but then Dfinity keeps saying, oh, you know what? The internet computer, it has an aspect of decentralized AI. Oh, you know what? Take a look at Cafe Day and all this. If the internet computer is not even fast to begin with, how is it even going to handle future adoption, let alone, let's say, current adoption or something like that? You know what I mean? So when I take a look at something like this, it may seem trivial, I guess, at first glance, but I have to take a look at it deeper. They're trying to push the narrative that the internet computer has an aspect of AI, in which previously it wasn't really like talked about that much. But now since they're doing this, it kind of makes sense that I see a chart like this and I see that, oh, you know what, maybe Dfinity, they kind of understand that maybe this does have the hypothetical capabilities to do something like that, because even this chart is indicating that it seems to be pretty fast, right? It's arguably ranked number 2 in the world, at least from what I can see during this just exact timeline and according to ChainSpec. But I'm just saying, if let's say Dfinity keeps saying, oh, you know what, the internet computers, it's going to do that, it's going to do whatever, right? And then let's say it doesn't even make it like top 20 in terms of fastest blockchains or something, just within like, let's say the week of December 19th to December 26th. Maybe it might not mean much, but maybe it's like, is Dfinity really being serious? Like, how are they going to say that something could handle AI and all this, but then it's not fast? But then actually, that is not the case, right? Actually, this kind of chart, I think, sometimes validates what Dfinity, at least to me, from what I can see, seem to be saying about the internet computer, saying it's kind of fast and all this, saying how it's able to handle AI and whatnot. When I see something like this, I think sometimes I think to myself that, you know what, maybe their statements aren't just random. Maybe they actually did their research. Maybe they actually know the capabilities of the internet computer, and why would they not, right? I mean, Dfinity, I mean, come on, how would they not know, about the internet computer? But besides that point, so I like seeing stuff like this, arguably because sometimes a project says one thing, but then the charts show a different thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes a project says, we're fast, we're this, and we're whatever, right? And then we see the charts, and then it doesn't indicate what they're saying. Sometimes the chart showcases that it's actually not as fast as they say. It's not arguably as kind of fast as its competitors. But then when I take a look at something like this, it showcases to me that Dfinity doesn't seem to be a project that's making, in some cases, like what I see, right? Random statements in which it's not really backed by data. So when I take a look at something like this, I guess it doesn't really mean much right now when it comes to the price of ICP, but at least fundamentally, it makes me a little bit, I think, happy to a certain extent that it does showcase that the internet computer is not lacking in terms of speed. But besides that point, because some other projects out there, they were doing pretty okay, like back in 2024, 2023, but now we don't see them anywhere in the charts anymore. They got out competed, right? But the internet computer, despite being around for quite a while now, it doesn't seem to have too many competitors that are out competing it. This is my perception. So when I take a look at something like this, I feel like sometimes a lot of these newer projects, they haven't really caught up to the fundamentals. Whereas some other projects out there, the emerging players, they have out-competed, right? They have sort of like kind of, I guess, performed in terms of the fundamentals when compared to some of the pre-existing projects. But the internet computer still seems to be pretty up there in terms of the charts that I can see. Not in terms of size of the project, I'm just saying in terms of the charts, right? It seems to me that it's not really being outcompeted too much, whereas we see some of its counterparts out there that kind of was around when the internet computer first came around, right? now they're kind of nowhere to be seen, sort of. I mean, they're still there, but they're not really anywhere to be seen in terms of the charts, which is why when I take a look at the internet computer, I just haven't given up. That's kind of my mindset. I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but yeah, I mean, I get it. ICP is a long ways away from $100, but I'm still staying patient and I just haven't given up. This is kind of my mindset. But yeah, that's about it. And in case someone is watching this video near the New Year's or actually at the New Year's, right? I hope you all have a very nice day and Happy New Year's if that is the time when you're watching this. But of course, I understand that it's still days away. But besides that point, I hope you all have a very nice holiday and a very nice day as well.